So a few weeks ago, I showed you that I had made a monkey's fist during our hobby video. So I've had a few questions about how exactly you make a monkey's fist. Well, we're gonna need a few materials. Now the easiest way to learn how to make a monkey's fist is with a larger rope like this. It's a lot easier than trying to use the paracord the first time. So you're gonna need a rope and something spherical. I like little wooden spheres. They're lighter, easier to work with. You can get these at hobby stores pretty easily. So you're going to take a rope. You're going to need 5, 10-ish feet of the rope. You're going to have, start off, you're going to take the rope and wrap it 3 times around your hand. Right. Then you're going to wrap it 3 times around your first set of wraps. Right. Now this is the point where it's probably easiest to put the ball in the middle. Otherwise, it might get a little more difficult later on. So now you've got to wrap 3 times around your second set of wrappings. So this is where it's sometimes nice to have 3 hands, but it'll make do. So once, twice, and 3 times. And I usually just take that end and just kind of hide it inside. Now to tighten this, you have to work the rope backwards the way you came. So you just gently bring it out. Now don't tighten it too tight right yet. If you tighten it too tight the first time, then it's gonna make your life harder later on. So you just back that rope out all the way through. There. And once you've tightened it the first time, now you go ahead and go back to the end again and tighten it a second time. This is going to help make sure it stays nice and spherical. Second tightening is usually a little bit better, a little bit easier to do. The trickiest part about the second tightening is making sure you keep track of where your end was, if you've hidden the end. And push that. As you tighten it more and more, it gets harder and harder to pull. Sometimes I use pliers to help pull it through. There, and you wind up with a nice tight sphere. And these are really useful for camping, to to throw a rope over a tree, if you have to hang a tarp off of a tree or a bear bag or something like that. I usually keep one with a short tail on the end of it when I go camping. That way I can tie it to a longer rope. So yeah, they got a whole bunch of different uses you can use them for. Now, if you're going to make one like this, so if you're using paracord around a bigger ball, it's really hard to keep all the wrappings all set in a line, so you're going to need a jig. Now you can buy Monkey's Fist jigs online or some hobby shops. They're more expensive than I want to pay for, so it's easy enough to make your own. So you just take a piece of scrap wood and a few dowels and drill holes the same diameter as the dowels, and drill them so that the dowels are going to fit the sphere that you're going to use right inside of that box. So we're going to take a really quick look at how that's done. So once you've done all the wraps and you keep tightening it, you got to keep the layers of the cords all lined up, otherwise it's going to get a little wonky. It takes practice to make it come out good. This one, not necessarily my finest, but it takes some practice. Doing a bigger one on a paracord like this is a lot more difficult than doing the thicker rope that I showed you earlier. So start with a thicker rope. That's the best way to learn how to tie these Monkey's Fists. But once you learn how to tie them, it can be a lot of fun and it can be really useful. So good luck trying that.